I don't know how to start this. Okay. Why motivation is a lie. Have you ever gotten psyched about something so much, like a new project or something, that you kind of just wanted to drop everything and make it pretty much like your only goal in life? I've been there, I've done that. Maybe you watched a YouTube video, filled you with confidence. After all, they were able to do it, so like, why can't you? So you write up a new workout regimen, you do a new diet, you write one up, you pick a new instrument, pick up a new hobby, something like that. But it's all something you want to improve on yourself. Now you're like super motivated to do it. The motivation is just kind of like, motivation is a lie. If motivation actually worked, nobody would be like overweight, nobody would be broke. You want to be stuck doing things that you hate if you motivation just cured everything. So you can get fired up with those things as much as you want, but you only fall back into your old habits like a couple days later. I know I've done this so many times. It's literally my life story. I still find myself making the same mistakes week after week and not making any progress anywhere in my life. So honestly, we're being sold the wrong idea. So today we're going to talk about the changes, cover why motivation will fail you, and why discipline is actually the secret to success, and how I've been able to apply that in my own life. Motivation is temporary. So motivation is our emotions, and just like emotions, they're unstable. And yes, we have emotions to help us, but ultimately, if left unchecked, though they can leave a negative effect on us. And I don't know about you guys, but I often get motivated whenever I watch something inspiring, I'm having like a really good day, or even whenever I'm angry or I'm scared of losing something or something that could affect me. It kind of like moves you and wants you to make changes. It's different. There's different forms of motivation, but that's like kind of the driving force for it. Okay, so those emotions that you have, they fade with time, and so will your motivation if that's the case. If you leave it hanging on that it's gonna fade just like those emotions do. Now, I've gone to bed feeling amazing, ready for the next day. I'm like hyped. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. I'm laying there thinking I'm gonna get up at 5 a.m. I'm gonna go for a run. I'm gonna have a full meal before I leave for work. I'm gonna have energy. I'm gonna feel great the whole next day and set it up for success. But that 5 a.m. alarm goes off. I wake up and I'm like, nothing. Not happening. And I hit snooze 7 or 8 till I have like 5 or 10 minutes ready before I have to leave for work. And then I don't eat, I don't exercise, I just grab an energy drink, and I'm just feeling like crap the rest of the day. And actually, like, even if I start out that way halfway through the day, I might get my motivation back. I might be like, all right, I missed it this morning, no big deal. I'll just go home, I'll pick up where I'm supposed to this morning, just get it all done that time, because your time schedule is going to change, so you can switch things out if you need to. But then I get home and I sit down for a second because I'm feeling tired because I worked all day, and I end up falling asleep, or I do not want to get up after if I stop moving, I'm done for the day. I'm done. I've tried writing motivation to reach my goals before, but that's a plan that's just straight up broken from the start. It's not going to sustain you. Motivation creates a loop. Honestly, I've been in that loop. I wait for motivation, then I take action on it. The motivation fades with time. I stop. I feel terrible about it because I didn't complete anything. I wait for motivation to hit again. And it's kind of how I am with the gym. I'll listen to a health and fitness podcast or watch a YouTube video based on it. I'll be like super pumped and hyped. I'll write up an entire workout. I'll spend like an hour just making a plan and writing it down. I'll go for a couple days. Then, like, the tiniest little inconvenience can happen. Be like, oh, well, I didn't bring a protein shake, or freaking I didn't pack. And then I'll just go, I'll just pick it up tomorrow. No big deal. But the same thing kind of happens the next day after that, and then the day after that, and then I stop going altogether. And I feel like I can't maintain anything or get motivated again. So it feels like I have no discipline, and I'm just a lazy piece of crap, a guy who can't stick to anything, and I find myself asking, like, what's wrong with me? But, it's not so, it is me, but it's also like, the systems that I'm using is why I'm failing. Discipline isn't what you think it is. Some people will say, you just need discipline. Discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior with undesired consequences for those failing to comply. So it isn't about willpower or being tough. It's just doing the difficult thing without negotiating with yourself, because the consequences aren't what you want. You can be like, I don't feel like it, or maybe I'll want to do it later, or I'll start Monday. I haven't met a single human alive who hasn't said that one. So our goal is actually you will feel that motivation, and you want to turn that motivation into a process that you can follow to achieve what you are looking for. Systems beat motivation every time. So motivation is like, do I feel like doing this? And the systems are like, okay, what happens next? What do we do to keep this going? In like an analogy you can understand. Like, think about brushing your teeth. I hope you're all brushing your teeth, by the way. You don't wait to feel motivated to do that, You don't debate it, I hope. You just do it. It's built into your day. It's time for bed. Go brush your teeth. I know brushing your teeth is definitely a lot easier than going to the gym, but the point is you don't have to think about it. You just do it. And you can kind of make this the same way with your goals. So you want to work out, pick out your clothes the night before, have them in a bag ready to go. I put my gym bag right in front of the front door. So like I can't even leave the house without moving that gym bag. So I'm going to be picking it up and taking it with me. So it's kind of a way to like make it as easy as possible for me to get to the gym. I also have my lunch pack, so I don't have to think if I'm gonna stick to my diet. I have it packed, ready to go, even if it's simple things. Like I'll just pack fruits, cups of cottage cheese or yogurt, and make peanut butter and jelly. Something that's easy and just I can store away and just take it with me, and I know I'm gonna have food when I get hungry, and I know it's gonna be good for me or stick to my diet plan. And then I go straight to the gym after work. I keep my momentum from work because I'm already out, I'm already moving. I'm awake because I'm stimulating myself with work, so I will just go straight to the gym afterwards. If I stop, like I said, I'm gonna go to sleep. It's easier to keep your momentum going than to pick it back up from stops, I try to take as much thinking out of the day as possible. If I miss a day, it's not the end of the world, but I'm aware and how easily I can lose that momentum. Make it your identity. So I used to be known by all my friends as the gym guy. I had an answer for every gym or health question. If people asked what I was doing the day, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna hit the gym before I go do anything in the evening. I had to make sure I get my workout in. That was just part of who I am. Now, I didn't need motivation. I didn't need to watch a YouTube video to be like, oh, I should go work out. It was what I wanted to do. It was part of me. It was how I would define myself as a person. I didn't reach my goals in the gym or my goals to go to the gym because I set them and reached them. My habits and results, they were actually dictated by who I was and my beliefs. I didn't reach my goals. I fell to my identity. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in because it sounds kind of cheesy. So here's what to do. You need to make a shift in your thinking. You need to ask yourselves, if you have goals, if you have a motivation to reach something, you want to ask yourself, how can I make this goal automated? How can I make it just part of my life? How can I remove obstacles? How do I make it harder to not do this thing than it is to actually do this thing? Motivation will get you started, but it's the systems that you put in place that will keep you going, continuing. Motivation isn't evil, it's just not reliable. You don't want to always be starting over. You need to build a system, figure out your identity, figure out who you are, and show up even when it's boring, because that's just part of who you are. I know I talked about the gym a lot in this video. You can apply this to any goal you want in life. YouTube, any career, any health or fitness goals. I went back to the gym again for some reason. Friendships, and it's really something that applies to my life. It's just stay consistent and you will get there.